me know when you're ready.
It's only for the manual people.
Huh?
No, this is for
Action.
It's for everybody. It's just a manual truck. You know, there's not much difference between. The automatic has less parts than this one.
So am I good just learning those parts?
I mean, you're still gonna be preaching regardless. It's still got headlights and everything else.
Okay.
You know,
There's only a few different, like 3 or 4
yeah,
differences.
It's
That's
not
it.
a big difference, huh? Yeah, it's not a big difference at all. Okay, all right. What I like to do is, I like to keep the tractor and trailer separate. Okay. So I like to start with the tractor first. So up top, we got some clearance lights. So all your lights up top on the tractor and trailer, they're going to be clearance lights. All the lights down the side, those are marker lights. Okay? So we can run it like this. My clearance lights, not secure, not cracked, broken, damaged. Amber in color. My side mirrors and hood mirrors, not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. You've got hood marker lights on both sides. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. They are amber in color. The reason why we say those are amber in color, the casing is clear, right? But the bulb itself is amber. That's why we have to identify it, because when it comes on, it's obviously amber, right? So there it is. Come on down. We got headlights, signals, and 4 ways. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Clear in color, amber in color. Down here, there's no indication of a leak, or my truck's not leaking, or there's no puddles. However you identify it is perfectly fine. Just make sure you acknowledge it. Okay? All right. We open up the hood. I'm going to try to open this damn hood. I think you did the driver. There we go. I just forgot the other one. We'll start on this passenger side. Now, in your book, the exhaust is a little bit later on in the book, but I like to call it out first. The reason why is because it's hidden. So by the time you're done with this side over here, and then you come over here, by the time you get over here, cause your frame and stuff, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. So I like to call it out beforehand. Okay. So my exhaust, not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. There's no leaks. Okay. This truck here has a dual fuel tank. You only got to call it out on one side. We'll call it out on that driver's side. On that automatic truck over there, the fuel tank is on the passenger side, right? So if you were with me yesterday, you know what I'm saying. We'll call it out over here. But over here, all you got to worry about is the exhaust, and then up underneath the excuse me, underneath the hood. Same thing like on the automatic truck. You got the 5 components, right? So what do we got? Hoses and wires. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks. Coolant reservoir. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks. Filled to the proper level. Cap is sealed. Or cap is intact. However you want to frame it. Okay? Alternator. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. It's belt driven. Belt. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Or cut, torn, or frayed. Now frame it. No more than 3/4 inch play. Up underneath is the water pump. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks, and it's also belt driven. So that's your 5 components, right? Hoses and wires, coolant reservoir, alternator, belt, water pump. That's it. Never gotta worry about this side again. Okay? I'm gonna cut this truck on and turn this tire so y'all can see inside here, okay? Alright, so over here, overview of hoses and wires. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks. Okay. You got your air compressor. Not secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks. It is gear driven. Your oil fill. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks. Filled to the proper level. Down here, power steering reservoir. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks. Filled to the proper level. Cap is sealed. This right here says power steering fluid on it. Do not miss this one. It's basically telling you what it is. Alright, so now we move down. We have 3 systems, right? We got the steering system, suspension system, and the brake system. Steering system. Steering box and steering linkage. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Steering box, no leaks. Steering linkage, not missing any hardware. Okay? The reason why we say no missing hardware is because anytime you have multiple components that are held together by a nut or a bolt or a pin or a key, you want to make sure you identify that there's no missing hardware. Okay? Going on to the suspension system, you have spring mount, leaf springs, U-bolts, and shock absorber. All mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Leaf springs are not shifted. U-bolts, not missing hardware. Shock absorber is not leaking. Come over here to the brake line, follow it to the brake hose, the brake chamber. So brake line, brake hose, brake chamber. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks. Push rod, slack adjuster. Push rod, slack adjuster. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Push rod can't be pulled no more than an inch. On the inside, you got the brake drum and brake lining. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Brake drum is free of debris. Brake lining is not too thin. Come on out to this tire. Your tire, mounted secure, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. Filled to the proper pressure. I would check it with a tire gauge. No leaks and no less than 4/30 seconds of tread depth. We've been talking about that a little bit, right? The word less is very important. You want to make sure you say no less than. Don't say no more than, because you won't get points for the tire. Okay, that word is important. Okay, so no less than 4/30 seconds of tread depth. The rim, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No illegal welding. Lug nuts, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. They're all present, or none are missing. However you want to frame it. Okay. Right here is the hub seal, right? Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks. Then you got the valve stem, wherever it is. Cool. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks. All right. Keep on trucking. Over here, we've already called out our mirrors. We call those out up there, right? So we got our door. There's different ways you can do this, but the easiest way is to run it like this. You can say, my door and the overall conditions of my door. Mounted secured, not cracked, broken, or damaged. That's good enough. You do have to demonstrate opening it though. When you're checking your oil or describing your oil, you don't have to pull the stick out, wipe it down, put it back. You don't have to do nothing.
You don't have to say how you would do it.
No,
that's what Cy had us doing yesterday.
Yeah, if you've been saying it like that, then go ahead. You can say it like that. That's perfect. Yeah, okay. But you don't have to demonstrate it at all. Okay. All right, you can go ahead, Joe. Then your fuel tank, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No leaks. DOT cap and chain are present. My steps and my steps leading to my catwalk. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, free of debris. Okay. When you're over here, like, try not to get too overwhelmed. Just finish the tractor first, and then let's come back to the trailer. Okay. Now, if you don't feel overwhelmed, sure, you can go ahead and start calling all this out. But just keep in mind, it is a combination vehicle. It is kind of better just to do one then the other, so that way you're not stumbling and stuff. Okay, or skipping over things. So steps to catwalk, frame, tractor frame, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no illegal welding. From there, we're going to drop down. We're going to go down here to this drive shaft. Okay. The drive shaft is mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No debris. If you notice, that drive shaft is aimed directly to where the fifth wheel is, right? So why don't we start calling out some of this fifth wheel stuff, work our way down and out, okay? So, you got your trailer apron, or just apron, and fifth wheel. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. There's no space or gap. Your skid plate back here is properly greased. Your platform, mounting bolts, and release handle. It's all mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No missing hardware. And then in the back, you got the kingpin and locking jaw. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. That's good enough. Now we start coming down. We have 2 of the 3 systems. Remember up here we were talking about the suspension system, the brake system, and the steering system. You have 2. You got the suspension system and brake system, right? So with our suspension system, it's going to be identical. Spring mount, leaf springs, U-bolts, shock absorber. All mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Leaf springs, not shifted. U-bolts, not missing hardware. Shock absorber, not leaking. Come on down to that brake system. It's identical. Brake line, brake hose, brake chamber. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. And it's not leaking. The brake line, brake hose, brake chamber, what's behind there? Your push rod and slack adjuster. Okay? So push rod and slack adjuster. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Push rod can't be pulled no more than 1 inch. And then on the inside, what we got? The brake drum and brake lining, right? So brake drum and brake lining. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. Brake drum is free of debris. Brake lining is not too thin, or not excessively thin, or dangerously thin. However you want to frame it, just make sure you identify it, okay? So if you notice, we're kind of going in like a little area, or kind of going like in a little map here, right? So we did the fifth wheel, came down, did suspension, came down some more, did the brakes. Now we're gonna come out this way, okay? So we got our bud wheels. There's no space or debris or gap in between, right? The tires, mounted secure, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. Filled to the proper pressure. I would check it with a tire gauge. It's not leaking. No less than 2 30 seconds of tread depth. Okay? Here we have our rim, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. No legal welding. Lug nuts, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged. They're all present, or none are missing. Here we have an axle seal. Up here we have a hub seal. Here's an axle seal. On the trailer you have another hub seal. So you can use that acronym, HAH, H-A-H. So hub, axle, hub, okay? So axle seal, mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks. You got 2 tires here, right? So what do you got? You got 2 valve stems. So you can run it like this. You can say my inner and outer valve stem, or both of my valve stems, however you want to frame it, okay? Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks. So up underneath here, we came down, we came out this way. Now let's go out this way. We got splash guard and mud flap. Or if you just said, bless you. Or if you just said my mud flaps, perfectly fine, okay? Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, and the DOT tape is present, if there's any there. Yep, we got some. Back here, you got your airbag and airbag mount. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, no leaks, no missing hardware. And then back here, last but not least, track your tail lights. Mounted secure, not cracked, broken, or damaged, red in color. I would check them using the BEST method. BEST, brake, emergency signal, and tail. That's it for the tractor. You're good. Go ahead and stop recording. Then we'll go to the trailer.